Hello Scorpio, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business and over 30,000 clients worldwide. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this particular video on your personal relationships during the month of November 2014. And what I'm prepared to do for you Scorpio is to do your horoscope chart for you free of charge and send that to you by email. And also there's a report that I'm prepared to do for you, not a general report, but a report based on your personal horoscope chart. That's called a personal relationships report. And that is going to go into things for you to do with your personal horoscope, to do with your social planets, the houses that they sit in, the signs that they sit in, and the aspect and relationship that they form with other planets in your horoscope. That all comes to you as a printed report telling you how you've gone in past lives in terms of relationships and anything that you need to do to straighten yourself out, and also how well you're doing in this particular incarnation and what you've planned for yourself in terms of personal relationships for this particular lifetime. The test that you've set for yourself to become more of who you really are and to improve relationships and bring more happiness for you. And when I speak in terms of relationships, Scorpio, I'm not just talking about personal love relationships. I'm talking about relationships. We all have relationships in our life of a personal nature. They can be with relatives or neighbours. They can be with those who cohabitate with us in the home, family, parents. They can be with children. They can be with lovers. They can be with workmates. They can be with a spouse or a partner. They can be with those who associate with us in business or in career, and they can be with friends. So there's a variety of different personal relationships that all of us have, and they're the thing that give the spice of life. What I'm going to do for you is, if you wanted to get that report from me, that printed report on your horoscope personally, to do with personal relationships, then my website address will pop up later on the screen, and when that pops up, pause it and write it down, and then you can go to my website and submit your birth details, and I'll send you lots of other goodies as well, including 12 CDs out of one of my books on astrology, meditation and reincarnation. All of that is done for you free of charge, Scorpio. Now what I'm going to do for you now, Scorpio, is to lay things out on a timeline for you during the month of November 2014 and tell you what sort of impact upon your social planets occur in this month, and I'll put it on a timeline for you. They're not powerful influences, they're transiting influences, and so they'll only last for a day either side of the date that I give you. And I'm also going to give you the full moon cycles and also the new moon cycles. So just sit back and relax and enjoy the journey with me, Scorpio. Now, the first one of these is on the 2nd of November. You've got a bad Neptune influence at that time, so you can be a lot of secret worries surrounding you. Could be to do with personal interests, health matters, and matters relating to work and employment. You can be your own worst enemy under those influences, so stay away from drugs and alcohol. The 4th of November, you've got a Pluto influence, which is very positive, and that fortifies and strengthens determination to get new projects started, especially to do with career and business, and matters relating to parents are favoured. On the 7th of November, you've got a full moon. Now, with a full moon cycle, Scorpio, it means that you can't start new projects over the next 2 weeks. It's a consolidating influence of what you've started in the last 2 weeks. So projects that you've started in the last 2 weeks, you've got to consolidate and reflect upon it and see how you've gone. And then I'll give you the new moon influence shortly, which will tell you when you can start new projects and ideas. Now that full moon, Scorpio, lands in your 7th house, and so that will bring in your partner or spouse into the equation as well there, potentially. On the 10th of November, Scorpio, you've got a Jupiterian influence, which is very beautiful for you, especially to do with loving relationships and partnerships. It's good for dealings with the general public. It's favourable also for solitude, and it's also favourable for you for inner transformation and change within yourself, but it activates your love nature. Just don't allow yourself to be underhanded in any way. Because if there's deception involved, it can turn out badly. Now, on the 11th of November, you've got a Pluto influence which fortifies and strengthens willpower and determination to get projects going, favourable stars for personal change, and very favourable stars connected with job and also with people that you work with. On the 13th of November, Scorpio, you've got a Saturn influence which is going to depress your finances, and it's going to also depress social activities. So social activities that were planned will probably have to be delayed or obstructed during that sort of influence, and there can be some secret worries, particularly in your relationship with your spouse or partner if they're in your life. Now, on the 14th of November, Scorpio, you've got a Jupiterian influence which is very favourable for you, especially to do with career, business, and also to do with parents if they're in your life. There's a lot of activity for you socially connected with them, and it's a cycle that just be careful that you're not at all deceptive in any way, otherwise it'll backfire on you. Now, on the 18th of November, Scorpio, you've got a Saturn influence which is going to see a little bit of ill health. There can be a few worries for you to do with business and career, and dealings with parents can be frustrated or obstructed on the social side. Now then, on the 22nd of November, Scorpio, you have the new moon influence. Now, the new moon is a commencement, a time when you can start new projects and ideas over the following 2 weeks. And it impacts heavily upon your financial arena because it falls into your second house of finances. So any new project that you want to start over this 2 weeks to do with finances, improving your finances and attaining financial security and things like that are very much favoured. And it's a very exciting time for you, okay? On the 27th of November, Scorpio, you've got a Uranus influence, and it's a very positive influence. Uranus is the type of influence that brings unexpected things. So people will ring you out of the blue that you haven't heard from for a while, and they'll want to get together, or else you'll meet someone on a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that you bumped into them or you saw them, and you go out and have a drink with them or something like that. So there's something there unexpected, especially if it's connected with a spouse or a partner, and also matters relating to inner change is favoured spiritually for you during that time. And the last one we come to, Scorpio, is on the 27th of November. It's a Neptune influence which is not very positive. It can see a lot of secret worries for you in life. You can be your own worst enemy, Scorpio, when Neptune is impacting negatively, and it particularly affects parents and all your dealings with parents, and also to do with business and those who cohabitate with you in the business side of things and the career side of things. So just be careful of who you trust with that sort of influence around. And that completes my task for you, Scorpio. So the website address should have popped up by now. Anyway, you can always find the website address in the description of all of my videos. I've done 140 YouTube videos on all aspects of personal growth and spiritual growth. And I look forward to working further with you and looking at your personal horoscope and reporting to you on your personal relationship side of things in your horoscope from your social planets. So I thank you for your attentiveness here, Scorpio, and look forward to working further with you should you decide to take me up on that. Thank you.